Hello, everyone, and welcome to the What's Up St. Charles podcast. It's Nate.
And Nick.
And today we're going to have a fantastic episode for you as we're going to be talking about Campbell Creations here in St. Charles. So we have Shawn Campbell, who is here to talk about Campbell Creations. So, Shawn, welcome to our podcast. Welcome back to our podcast. We had you on in 2000, I believe 21, during our Now Open series. You were our first person we interviewed during that series. So welcome back. It's so good to see you again.
Well, thank you for having me. It's been great.
Absolutely. So, how have things been since then? I hope everything's been good.
Things have been wonderful. I have to say, Campbell Creations has been growing.
Good.
And we are evolving, and now we are teaching classes. We're shipping our charcuterie boards throughout the United States.
Wow, that's awesome.
And it's just been really good. And now with the classes, everything's just coming together.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that you brought in some of your charcuterie boards here today that you guys made, and they look phenomenal. So we'll talk about those in a little bit. But before we talk about that, let's get a little refresher, for our audience. How long have you guys been here in St. Charles?
Well, Campbell Creations has been around since 2019. We started making our charcuterie boards.
Wow. So that would be 6 years.
Yes.
6 years.
Yep.
Okay. And then, what are some of your favorite things to do here?
Oh gosh, St. Charles has so much to offer. I love walking in St. Charles downtown, seeing the riverfront. My favorite park is St. Mary's Park. It's my view out my window at Campbell Creations as well as my home. So I just love it. The entertainment that we have, there's just so much. Fine dining, everything.
Yeah. I mean, there's no wrong answer to find something to do here in St. Charles. Whether you're looking for a nice meal, looking for some good, music and entertainment, you got it all here.
Yeah, and I'm in walking distance of it all, so it makes it even better.
Yeah, that is nice. I mean, because let's just for reminding everybody where you guys are located again.
We're located at 803 South Fifth Avenue. We're along the intersection of Route 25 and Riverside Avenue, right along the Fox River.
Okay, absolutely. So, what do you enjoy most about having your own business? You own it with your husband, and what do you guys enjoy most about it?
Just working with the community in all different ways, and our customers, we love them. Just being able to create something that we love doing, and it's been well received in the community.
Yeah, absolutely. So
awesome.
Cool.
And Shawn, I wanted to talk about, because I know you're in charge of the amazing marketing for Campbell Creations, as well as doing a lot of the charcuterie classes, and Bill does a lot of the developing of the charcuterie boards. Do you ever get involved with the building process or help him out at all, or is that kind of? It's his thing. It
is his thing,
okay.
Although I do participate. Mm-hmm. So as far as the sawing and the sanding and things like that with the equipment, I stay away from that
sure.
for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
But I do assist on the putting objects in the epoxy.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And my favorite part of all basically is what we call the unveiling. And the unveiling is when we put that mineral oil. It's one of the final steps to the finished product of the charcuterie board. So once we put that oil on, it brings the charcuterie to life. You see all the colors, the deep grain of the woods.
Yeah.
So that's my favorite part. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they are beautiful. They're stunning, and all these they're all handmade, so they're all one of a kind.
They're all one of a kind, not two alike. So
Okay.
each one he makes is all one of a kind. That's what makes it really unique.
Yeah, so you know what you're getting. There's no one else in the world that has one just like that. And that being said, again, I know there's so many different unique ones, but do you have a personal favorite that he's created that you've maybe kept or held on to?
Yes, there are times where we're doing the unveiling and we'll look at it, and I said, I don't know.
I don't know. Get rid of it. Yeah.
And for him to say that then he's proud of what he did. And he doesn't do that often. So there are a few pieces, yes, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Awesome. And I imagine it is very time consuming and a lot of effort gets put into each one of these boards. I mean, on average, how many do you say you guys make a year?
Well, we were just talking about that the other day. Yeah. We make well over 100 a year.
Really?
Because we're shipping out now, too, around the United States. And, now with the classes, we include, some of our charcuterie boards in our classes, more so around the holidays.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We do that as a gift.
Okay. Yeah, and I know, with, making 100 a year, and it's Bill making all of them by himself. Like, obviously, you help, again, with some of the process in there, but it's him basically making every board from scratch.
It's all him.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's a true artist, really. I mean, Do you ever, when he makes one, does he ever just like want to hold on to it a little bit and just savor it before, you sell it? Like, enjoy the work that he put into it before?
That's a great question because he does.
Okay.
There'll be times where he won't put a price tag on it for a good week, maybe sometimes a month.
Yeah.
And he'll sit in Campbell Creations, he'll put his music on, he'll have a glass of wine, and he just sits there and he enjoys it. And then it just kind of creates more juices to create more.
Yeah.
Because I've asked him about that. I said, how come you wait so long? He said, because, I just want to enjoy it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You want the journey is the goal with it. You want to enjoy the process of making it, and then when you finally see the finished product, reflecting back on it, being like, oh yeah, that was so cool, and I did this process or something. So totally understand.
Well, I think it's really neat too, is the consumer, because you know that the person that is putting all that work into the project, it's more than just a job for them. He truly loves what he does and can enjoy it. And I think from a consumer standpoint, that's awesome.
Yeah, I have to say that with our customers, we have learned so many things about our customers, what the occasion that they're buying them for, and there's a lot of sentimental value behind it. Just the stories, it could be a culinary person, it could be a police officer. It's been really rewarding in that aspect of getting to know your clientele.
Absolutely. And I also want to talk on the stories too, because I know Bill wasn't able to join us here today because he's up getting some more wood in Wisconsin
He's
today.
chopping down trees. Yes, he is.
So
imagine that.
And I know that, a lot of times with these pieces, like there's often a story incorporated with how you guys got some of the wood. Like I know you talked about, I think there was a St. Charles tree that, had like 100 years or something. There was one that was in front of your building, but there was also another one or something. I think when we had talked back in 2021 about a like historic tree that you guys had used for some charcuterie boards. Like, I know there's been some trees that you guys have had using these that have had some stories too, right?
Oh, yes. Well, our maple trees have come down at our home, and they were over 100 years old. And we had no choice but to take them down. And it was sad, that's part of your history,
Right, yeah.
So Bill said, you know what, we're not going to get rid of these trees. We're going to hire somebody to come in and dry kiln them and slab them for us, and we'll sell them.
That's
and
awesome.
So it's been nice. So we've been fortunate enough to have the St. Charles, museum carry some of our work for that reason.
Yeah, because, not only are they beautiful, but they also have history to them as well, which is really cool. So, awesome.
Yeah, and I know your guys' reach is growing, and you actually making charcuterie boards for, like you were saying, chefs and things like that. Is there any notable people or companies that you guys have worked with?
Oh, gosh, I would say more collaboration. Well, let me take that back. Jim Beam, or Steve Beam, is... So Steve Beam, 7th generation of Jim Beam Distillery, whiskey distillery. He came to our shop and asked us to do a prototype for his Yellowstone whiskey. Oh. And so we did make one. So now he's working out all the copyrights because of Yellowstone movie. So until they figure that out, we can sell our charcuterie boards with the Yellowstone logo in his distillery for his clients as they buy his whiskey.
That's so cool.
So that was kind of cool.
Yeah. Yeah, and then any other, recognitions or awards that you guys have won? I know you guys have been recipients of the Made in St. Charles program.
That is the one that we have received. Other than that, we really haven't. We haven't, joined any contests or anything like that. We've just been so busy and doing what we're doing and loving doing it.
Right, and everybody, already appreciates your guys' work so much that, just don't necessarily need the awards when everyone's so happy with what they're receiving. So
yeah, it's been a gift.
Yeah, and of course, with the Made in St. Charles program, you guys, thank you again for being a part of it. But then also, for anyone that doesn't know, you guys also make the awards. Last year you guys made the awards for all the businesses that we had part of it last year. For the industrial program, we have Awards Engravings Incorporated, but you guys always do a phenomenal job with the awards for the local businesses that we highlight for the Made in St. Charles.
Yes, we're honored to be asked to do it, and we're happy to do it.
Absolutely. So
and obviously, these boards are definitely gorgeous, but I want to talk a little bit about, your charcuterie skills too. Real quick, what's your favorite thing on a charcuterie board?
Well, I've had so many different options.
I know.
Charcuterie boards can have anything on it. Like, it could be like
true.
a cheeseburger charcuterie board.
You could. Steaks, seafood. We've done seafood.
Okay.
Obviously, you wash your charcuterie
Right.
boards
Yeah, you got to make sure they're washed pretty good.
Right. So I would have to say the aged cheeses are one of my favorites, as well as the good prosciuttos and salamis. You get to learn what's the really good stuff when you're doing it. And of course, you want to present it too when you're teaching people on how to do it. But I would say those are my favorites.
Okay.
Awesome. And then on the flip side, what's something that you personally try to stay away from that's not for you?
I don't like figs.
Figs?
Figs?
Oh.
Okay. I don't
They're
blame
beautiful
them.
on there. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a beautiful look on it. But for me, I don't know. I guess I'm just not a fig person. Sorry for all the fig people.
So like what cheese what's your favorite what cheeses would you put on your charcuterie board if you could design one yourself?
Well, a lot of the times we do use a triple cream brie cheese, which is delicious. Those are really good. Have you had it?
I have not, but that sounds really good though.
I'll make one for you.
Okay.
No, that's good. And a lot of the aged cheeses, your cheddars out there, just wonderful cheeses. I mean, Caputo's, Whole Foods here in St. Charles, they have a wonderful selection of things to choose to put on a board, and they're always giving me new ideas.
Yeah.
Because they're always changing with what they're bringing in too. And you just ask the questions, and you're like, oh, that would be great on our charcuterie board.
Yeah, the cheese selection at Whole Foods. Oh my goodness,
It's wonderful.
It's so good.
And it's seasonal.
Yeah, and you're just like it's a whole section. You're just like, sometimes I just feel like you could. It's kind of like how you talked about with Bill. Just kind of admires his pieces of his art. It's like you could stand there. It's like a giant art of cheese over at Whole Foods. Like you're
It
just
can
like,
be overwhelming sometimes too.
what do I get? There's so many options.
There are.
I
There's
know
a
what
lot
I'm
of
having for
options.
lunch today. We're going to have some cheese.
Gonna go to Whole Foods and get some cheese.
That's funny.
Awesome. Well, since we're kind of being a little silly here, that'll bring us to our silly question for you, Shawn. So our silly question for you today is, if you could have a charcuterie class with 3 celebrities, who would they be and why?
Well, locally, I would say probably Donnie and Jenny.
Okay.
And the reason for that is because, one, I follow them on social media, and I've been to a few events that they've been in. They've been always so kind.
Yes.
And I did see on one of their posts that they drew each other on, I don't know what it was. They were just drawing each other from afar. And then
Okay.
when they got done drawing each other, they looked at each other and then showed their drawings of each other, and they just laughed hysterically. And I have to say, they did look funny, but they clearly
But it's
did.
fun, yeah.
They did a good job, and I love seeing that creativity. So I think that would be a riot at my class.
Okay.
They would be a riot.
Absolutely. So those 2, is there a third that you would throw in there too?
I would Martha Stewart.
Martha Stewart? Okay.
Martha Stewart is Martha Stewart.
Yeah, that's a good one.
She can do all things in the kitchen, so that would be an honor.
Okay.
Actually.
Yeah, we were talking about that before the podcast too. Like, we were like, all right, what celebrities would we have? And we were like, probably some Chicago sports people, you know.
I mean, I think with us, we'd probably have some Bears player
Yeah.
in there.
Oh, for sure.
Or like, you know, White Sox. You know, I would love to have Paul Canerco or something.
I'll probably leave the White Sox
Oh,
off
yeah,
of
true,
my
true.
charcuterie. Cubs only.
So awesome. Well, that'll bring us to the end of our first segment here. We're going to go into our second segment. We're going to talk more about Campbell Creations and what you can check out at their store. So we'll be right back after these messages. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the What's Up St. Charles podcast. So we're going to go into our second segment. We're going to talk about Campbell Creations and all the things that you can check out. So, Shawn, I know we talked about where you guys are located earlier in our first segment, but let's talk about what are your hours for those that aren't familiar and when they can stop by the store.
Okay. Well, our hours are Thursday, Friday from 2 to 6 p.m.
Okay.
And then Saturday 1 to 4. Now, if we're not open, we can definitely open the store for people outside those hours. We do it all the time.
Yeah, if someone
So
needs to
it's not
come
a
and pick
problem.
up like a custom order or something, or
Yes.
if they order something, because you guys have an online shop, right?
Yes, we do.
So if they order something online, they're like, hey, when can I come pick it up? You know, you guys are pretty flexible with when people could come grab it.
Yes. And if they just want to shop, we'll open the store because we're not that far away.
Okay. Absolutely. So
I'm sorry, I did want to ask too. Do you guys still do the virtual tours too?
We do.
Okay.
That's
So-
how I'm shipping throughout the United States. It kind of works out
okay.
really well because I'll FaceTime them through Facebook or just FaceTime in general, and I could walk them around the shop. I can show them the grain.
oh, that's cool.
I talk about the size, and they
Yeah.
could see the colors up front, and they choose it, and I package it up, and we ship it out. It's worked out really well, especially during COVID.
Yes, right. So I'm glad that we are now far past that time as well. You know,
I will say that COVID was a blessing, I think, for a lot of people because For us, it taught us to be together again and stay off of our phones. So everybody was
Yeah.
coming and getting a charcuterie board and spending a meal around the table and having conversation. So a positive and a negative situation. It worked out really
Right.
well.
Yeah. Yeah. I totally agree with that. You saw some negatives with it, with,
Yeah.
being shut down and everything, but you saw a lot of positives, as you said, reconnecting back with family, friends, and, all the changes and making things more accessible for people. Like, it's crazy to think how much has changed in 4 years since, basically right when we were recording this, with you in the first episode, like we were just coming out of COVID.
Yeah.
And
It's changed a lot.
It has changed a lot. So, but one thing that hasn't changed is that you guys are still making the charcuterie boards. Do you guys make anything else at the store too? Like,
We do. Bill also, prior to doing charcuterie, Bill has placed many first place ribbons for his pottery.
for pottery, really?
Yes, so we do carry some of his pottery. His mom and him were a team before Bill and I.
Oh, that's awesome.
And they would travel around and do a lot of shows, and they placed first place a lot of times. And it's been a journey for them, and it's been fun.
Yeah.
And it was nice, to bring that closeness between, mother and son. Very nice.
Absolutely. So, and can you kind of take us through the ones that are here? So you have like
Sure.
this. You have like small options to big, and
Yes.
kind of were they made custom, or what? Take us through them.
Yes, well, all of them are custom, as you know, one of a kind.
Yeah.
This is from our maple tree,
Okay.
and we had
St.
to
Charles
represent
one.
St. Charles because the tree was from St. Charles, our property, 100-year-old tree.
Yeah.
And these are the ones that could be also, we have them at Trend and Relic, as well as the History Museum. And then this, again, is our maple tree, but an epoxy piece. So those flowers are from our garden. So Bill dries them.
Really?
So the epoxy pieces do take a little bit more work.
Right,
Some of them
yeah.
can take up to a month depending on the project, but you have to dry the flowers properly. And then he does a lot of layering of the flowers in the epoxy. But before he layers, he'll put several colors of epoxy and manipulate color,
Yeah.
propane torch. There's a whole process to that.
Wow.
And it's exciting to watch. And then I get to do that unveiling, and it brings it to life, and it gets sold to whoever has it. And I always am happy to see who it goes to every time.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
So it's kind of a Christmas gift to me in a way to see it unfold.
Yeah.
It's really neat. And then the black walnut is basically how we got started as a business. We were traveling to see our in-laws in Wisconsin, Dodgeville, Wisconsin, and they have several acres of woods up there.
Yeah.
And a lot of trees had been falling, and Bill, driving on the ATVs, we'd look around, we're like, oh, that tree's down, that tree's down. Bill's like, being a wood guy, he said, there's something that we can do with this wood. He told his parents, there's got to be something we can make
Yeah.
out of this wood, being the artists that they are. So they decided to bring in a logger to log them, slab them, dry kiln them. So they come as tall 6-foot pieces in a slab,
Yeah.
and then he'll work on it and create charcuterie boards. He surprised me with a charcuterie board once he brought those slabs home, put some meat and cheese on it. I said, dude, we could sell these. And here we are.
And now here you are.
Here we are.
Ready to go. So, so you said, this one here with the epoxy,
Mm-hmm.
usually could take up to a month or so, right? Like, what's kind of the usual,
Time frame?
Time, like, for, like, a piece like this guy, the little guy here for the St. Charles, how long does it take you to make that one?
These now, since he's been doing it so much, a couple days.
Okay.
He's really got his method down. And the thing about him, it's the handles that he does, as you can see how curvy they are.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the tricky part. So you have to make sure they don't break.
Right,
So,
they gotta be sturdy enough, yeah.
I would say, a couple days to a week. I would say
Okay.
just on the plain boards, but epoxy pieces are where, it
Right.
takes a little bit more time.
Right. So, even this big guy here, so this would take about like a week or so if someone ordered
There
it?
is so
Wow.
much sanding, you guys. I could tell you, each side can get sanded on each side close to 30 to 40 times.
Wow.
Because he starts with a really heavy grit, and then he has to work down to the fine paper
Yeah.
to make it smooth. Because everybody that comes in, we don't encourage people to touch them, but they do.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
it's so smooth because when you see it, you want to touch it.
Yeah,
We've
yeah.
just noticed that throughout the years. People have to touch it.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, I was getting the urge myself. I was.
I also did touch it. I gave it a little tap.
They are so
You
smooth,
guys are
though.
fine.
But I that's so crazy that I feel like it would have been like it would take much longer than a week, just with how much artistry is in just the regular pieces itself. So that to me is amazing, just to see how fast you guys can turn those around. So
Yeah, he's got his technique down, and I asked him, how do you figure out the shapes and the sizes? He said, well, I follow the grain. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay. But that's the artist in him. He knows how to follow the grain and create that. I don't know if the wood talks to him, just following through how that grain's going to turn out.
yeah,
And again, with the handles, just very creative.
absolutely.
I was gonna say, so that's interesting you say that he just kind of follows the grain. So does he have an idea of the shape going into it, or is it just kind of it changes as he's?
That again, another great question, because I've asked him these questions because I want to know, because I'm just blown away by some of the things that he creates. And yes, it does. He does have an idea in his head. He'll stand there and look at a board, play his music, like I say, drink a glass of wine, and just stare at it for a while and look at it. He'll figure out how many boards he can get out of it, what shape he wants to do. But as he's making it, it changes.
Right.
So it's kind of cool to watch.
That is super neat. Wow, that's amazing. And I know, Shawn, you've been hard at work with some charcuterie certifications. Can you speak on that a little bit?
Yes, I was excited to receive the International Charcuterie Association certificate. So that was fun. And then obviously your food handlers, certifications and things like that. But yeah, pretty excited about
Yeah,
that.
well,
Awesome.
congratulations.
Thank
That's
you.
awesome. So, I mean, what is that? The International Charcuterie Association? Did I get that correct? I'm sorry.
Well, it's a big association that have many, charcuterie teachers that teach classes, just entrepreneurs of that.
That's super cool.
Yes,
Congratulations on that.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Yeah, there's
Continuing
over
your-
600,000 people in this association.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it was so big.
Charcuterie.
I don't think it's
Charcuterie's
going
a-
anywhere, you guys.
It's a
I
big
really
thing,
don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a big thing. So. I know. I always get excited when I go to a gathering and somebody has a nice charcuterie spread. It really just adds a lot to an event.
does,
and,
yeah.
Well, and speaking of gatherings where there's usually a good spread for charcuterie, we have Thanksgiving coming up. So, can people come purchase people can come purchase the available boards and spice up their charcuterie scene. So, you guys can do custom orders and stuff. But, any recommendations for how to kind of best handle, if you want a charcuterie board from you guys for Thanksgiving, and they want custom, when do they need to put in the orders by? When do they, need to make sure that they have everything ready for when they're ready to purchase?
Oh, okay. So for the board or for the food or both?
For the board, and then for the food too. Do you guys offer helping them build charcuterie boards for stuff too, like getting the food on there too?
Okay, yes. Well, as far as the boards go, this time of year, he kind of cuts it off because we're doing custom orders throughout the year.
Yeah.
So those get stolen pretty quick. So what we have in the shop is pretty much what we have during the
Okay.
holidays.
Got it.
Now, as far as putting the food on, these charcuterie boards, we certainly offer those services. So you can just give me a call and we can talk about the size you need, how many people you're serving, and I can create a themed one. It could be, obviously Thanksgiving. It could be an engagement. It could be whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're happy to do that.
Okay. Absolutely. So, and I have to ask, because we've asked everyone that comes on before Thanksgiving, what is your favorite Thanksgiving dish or food? Are you you love the turkey? Do you love I'm sorry, what is your favorite Thanksgiving side dish? So mashed potatoes? Are you steamed carrots or stuffing? What do you enjoy food side dish? Wow, my brain's not working. What side dish do you enjoy the most for Thanksgiving?
I have to go with the stuffing because we have a recipe that goes generations back, and it's a treat every year. Thank
Okay.
God we only have it once a year, but it's delicious. So stuffing for sure.
And then also, just following Thanksgiving, we have, a Small Business Saturday. Can you just talk a little bit about the importance of supporting local and what that means to you?
Well, for us, I just think that there's so many creative and unique shops here in St. Charles, and it's about community coming together to support local business. And to us, that's really important. And for us, it's really not just about, obviously you want the sales, but we get to share what we love to do, and I shop at all the other stores around, and you could just see what they put everything into running their store and making it as creative as they can and unique, because we have a lot of shops that are unique, and specialty shops, and that's something that I think should be treasured.
Yeah, and I want to talk on, the retail community we have a little bit in St. Charles, because I know that, you're fantastic collaborating with different businesses. Can you just talk a little bit about those, collaborations that you've had, or maybe even some upcoming ones?
Yes, I'd love to. We've collaborated with not only retail, Trend and Relic, we're working with Marco's Jewelers, and a lot of the restaurants, Graceful Ordinary, The Office, McNally's, all of them. And we've taught classes there. And it's just been wonderful to see the community come together. I tell you, these business owners out here, we support one another. Yeah. And it's a beautiful feeling. We all want to see each other be successful and come together as a community. Very supportive, very important.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome. And I do also want to talk about Small Business Saturday and being a big shopping season. I know you said you won't have the boards that you have in shop or the ones that you or wouldn't be able to sell, but is any other kind of deals or specials or anything else you're going to be having placed during the holiday season?
Oh, yes. We will have 20% off on selected boards. We also will be teaching some charcuterie techniques.
Okay. Oh, cool.
So we'll probably do a salami rose, and if you guys have a time, I can show you how to do that.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah,
Okay. So, people get intimidated when you talk about salami roses, and it's really not intimidating at all.
I'll admit I'm a little intimidated.
It's
Just like,
very
what is a
easy.
salami rose?
Salami rose is just a pretty way to decorate your salami on a board, and it is a showstopper on the board.
Okay.
When people see that salami rose, they don't even want to touch it, but because they say it's too pretty to eat. But we encourage you to eat it because, it's just a decoration. It's just the way that
you don't want it to go to waste,
and
too.
Salami.
You spent money on the salami.
Yes, and we have so many different delis out here where you can get just wonderful salami. You have, obviously Whole Foods here in St. Charles.
Right.
We work with Joseph's. We've worked with Reams. They've all, too, have been supportive on our business as well. So we always try to work with them as well.
Yeah.
So we're going to put a salami rose together.
Woo!
And just bear with me a moment.
Yep, no worries.
While I get this all set up.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so you ready?
Yes.
Okay, so what we're going to do to create the salami rose, you're going to line your little ramekin there
Okay. I'm going to take one and
all the way around. You just kind of want to overlap it. Okay? So you're going to do probably 4 or 5 pieces in there, okay?
Okay.
So that's the outside petals to your rose, as you can see.
Looking good, Nick. Shawn, yours is looking phenomenal as well.
Okay.
Yeah, yours is looking a little nicer.
No, you're fine.
That's all right. Hey.
Just take your time
Yep.
and never be intimidated. It's super easy.
Okay.
And then once you do that, you're going to stack them sideways, one on each other a little bit. Awesome. You're doing awesome. So all those, once you get those all laid out, you're going to fold it like a taco. Just fold it in half. From salami to
Interesting.
taco, right?
Yeah.
And so you just want to fold it and then push it down on there so it kind of sticks. There you go. So then you're gonna roll it. You don't want to roll it tight, Nick. You just want to just gently roll it and then guide it as you're rolling. So yeah, you don't have to do it real tight. So this is going to be the inside of your rose. This is what really makes it pop.
Yeah.
So as you could see how that looks? Look at how you did. You did awesome.
Yeah, that looks great.
Look at
Nick.
that.
Great job. Let's go.
Right.
Okay, so there's our roses. See, look at that. That looks amazing.
Let's
You
get-
did it.
Not bad for a first.
Cheers.
Let's get a picture here. All righty. Hey, 3, 2, 1. Perfect.
How cool is that?
Here,
Isn't
let's-
that fun? See?
That is pretty neat.
You
It's
wanna
not
put 'em, like,
intimidating.
right here, and I'll get
Yeah.
a top-down view too. Perfect.
I'll be honest, I didn't think mine was going to turn out anything like a rose prior to
It
this.
looks really
Great.
good.
You did great.
I love
did
it.
great.
Well, thank you for showing me
Yeah,
that.
great
was
You are
job,
so
guys.
welcome. Good job.
Thank you, thank you.
Good job. See, a lot of people get intimidated by it, and you really shouldn't.
Yeah.
That's why I really like when I do corporate events. I love having the guys come up because they just think that they can't do it. It's, it's a kitchen thing.
Yeah, well, initially, honest, when you said there's 12 pieces of salami, I'm like, oh my gosh.
Like you
I don't
thought
know,
it was too much?
I didn't think it was that. There was that many.
That is
but
so funny.
It was easier than I thought. That was
Good.
fun.
So, well, great job, guys. Thank you for the demonstration, Shawn. Truly showing off the charcuterie and salami roast skills. So, you know, if people want to go find some more information about you for any charcuterie classes or for about Campbell Creations, where should they go?
Well, you can go to our website at www.campbellcreations.biz.
Okay.
And then I'm on every social media channel there is, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, X. So we're on them all.
Perfect. Awesome. Well, that'll bring us to our last question here for you, Shawn. Is there anything else that you'd like to say to the St. Charles community before we wrap up here?
Well, St. Charles has been very good to us. We love living here. The community is just what we strive for, to live for, and just grateful, just as grateful as can be.
Absolutely. Well, we're thankful to have you guys here too, you know, having your amazing charcuterie boards here. And I'm so excited, you know, now that you have your certification to do some see you around doing some charcuterie classes around. So, and you have some upcoming, right?
I do.
Have some at
I have one at the HIV, and I also have one at we have one at Trent and Relic.
Awesome. Exciting. That's so awesome. So, well, thank you again, Shawn, for coming in today. It's so good to see you.
Thank
really
you.
appreciate it. And that'll bring us to the end of our episode here, everyone. So we'll have more episodes coming down the line. So until then, everyone, stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you all next time.